That's what I was going to say too.
Unbelievable. Like, I think that one of the biggest things and we're seeing this in the drought work too. I don't think it's a big surprise to anyone, but data is quality of data, reliability of data. Making sure it's what we've been able to do through this work with the SSROM is to really identify the data gaps where you need better data. And Claire led the project in 2022 where that was a big focus of that work.
Yes, yeah, so things like naturalized flow data, as Kim said, we have naturalized flow data up to 2015 now, but we are constantly getting the question, why doesn't it go to 2023? Naturalized flow data is hard to come by and it takes a long time to process and develop, so that sort of data set is a huge gap. But then also real-time data or near real-time data, specifically around demands, is very challenging to come by. So we do have a water use reporting system in Alberta. The data is patchy at best, so I understand that it's a priority for the government to work on that and kind of get higher quality data. But we were looking at the water use data from last year to try and kind of benchmark a really quite a dry year against what might happen in a more average year. And the data was very hard to come by and quite patchy. So you end up making quite a few assumptions in that kind of work. So in the SSROM model, for example, we use the demands are from the province's water resource management model, which is a regulatory model, so very different from the SSROM in that aspect. Mm-hmm. And we use full allocations from that model, so assuming everyone in the basin takes all the water that they're allocated to take in any given year. On the SSROM, we've worked with some of the larger license holders to try and understand what actual use looks like, so to try and really represent the system as it operates today. But a gap certainly is the smaller licensees understanding what water they use and over what time frame they use it and what those patterns might look like. So there's certainly a few data gaps that could be worked on and that are being prioritized, I think.
Yeah, I think so. And I think one of the really interesting things that since we've really started to dig into this is there's people that, in this reporting system, there are people that don't report at all.
Yes.
And then there are people that report zero. And drawing attention to that is challenging because if you're not using your license according to the Water Act, the government can take it away. And so, to my knowledge, I'm only aware of one case where that's actually happened. And yeah, I mean, it's not something commonly done, but there's real implications for compliance. And then the other one is, underutilized. So there are industrial water licenses that are extremely underutilized. And so that's where this data is going to end up being so important. And as Claire says, it's in this drought situation, it's becoming much more of a focus. What do you mean they only use 13% of their license? Well, that's what they use, and that's why your model isn't right, because we use what. But it's just ridiculously so. And then the other one is the Water Survey of Canada. I mean, I know they're trying their best, but we need more. We need more Water Survey of Canada stations if we're going to be able to do this work and improve any ability to plan. To further the ability to plan. We can plan. We're planning infinitely better now than we were 20 years ago. But we could do it so much better if we had better data.